car is not from the motor pool.
No, it's not. Sexy though, isn't it?
So where's the office, back at Division?
You're in the office, baby.
All right, I'm cutting the tabs off this 10 bolt. So this is a 10 bolt rear end from a 1970 Chevelle. I'm cutting the tabs off of it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bolt them onto my Ford 9-inch. So as you can see, I have one tab off here. I got one side off already. It came out pretty good. So that'll weld on nicely. And I got one tab left right there on. So I'm gonna put that on my Ford 9-inch. And then this is the spring. I got both of the spring pockets out, but this is one of the spring pockets I cut off. So I'm gonna bolt both of those onto my Ford 9-inch and see how it goes from there. Hopefully it fits and it's the same circumference. If it's not the same circumference, I'll trim it down a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. On to the next one. Okay, I got all four of the perches off. So these are the four purchases. The four perches, the spring perches, then the shock mounts. So I got those off the 12 bolts. I'm gonna have to cut. Let's see. Maneuver things around here. I'm gonna have to cut the top ears off right here. So these top ears gonna have to be cut off in order to do the top A-arms. So those are pretty thick. I'm gonna have to definitely cut into those good. After I cut those off, and then I'm gonna be able to mount it on the 9-inch. So I'm gonna grab the 9-inch, then start kind of mocking it up. Okay, I have the 10 bolt next to the Ford 9-inch. The 10 bolt next to the Ford 9-inch. You see, the pinion is a lot larger on the Ford 9-inch. Compared to the 10 bolt. This is the smaller Ford 9-inch. So my plan is, I lined up the pinions. I'm gonna get the housing and put it under the car, under the frame. I'm gonna line it up. And after I line it up, I'll put the brackets on and then kind of adjust it from there. I have C7 brakes, Corvette brakes. So these are C7 Corvette brakes, rear brakes. I have to figure out a way. I have a bracket right now that I got off eBay, but I don't believe that bracket is going to fit on the Ford 9-inch. It has to fit in those. Let me see. It has to fit in those holes right there. So it has to fit in those two. And I believe I might have to just drill another hole. So, but those are C7. I believe they're like 2012, 2013. Those are the rear brakes. They're single piston, but I like them, So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line everything up and go from there. So we'll see how it goes. Check in a bit. I'm doing the Ford 9-inch conversion. You can see I got everything mocked up right here. What I'm going to do is I place the A-arms in, as you can see. Place the A-arms in, and I'm going to put my bracket on. As you can see down in here, I already got one brackets bolted on right there. I'm gonna bolt the other one on the other side of my lower A-arm. I'm gonna take that point and I'm gonna swing it up, and that's gonna give me my mark, my line for my 4 9-inch, exactly where it's gonna sit. I got a little piece of tubing right here. That's just so I can make sure my drive shaft is straight all the way back. It looks to be pretty straight. I know I have some adjustments, I have some measurements to do. I'm gonna set the TKO in, but I'm gonna do that later on down the line, just to make sure it centers and it's on point. Right now, everything looks to be centered as much as possible. I have a couple adjustments. I used some tape right here, so I did the frame notching, as you can see. So it was rubbing right here on the inside. You can see the inside of the tire right there, rub. So I did the frame notching, but this rear end is a little wider. So between the frame notching and the rear end being wider than the 10 bolt, it got me away from that point of it rubbing, because these are 315 tires. So I can go wider. I probably can go 335 if I really wanted to, but I think 315 is good for now. But you can see the room I have now compared to it rubbing. It would fit the factory. The 315s would fit the factory with the 10 bolt, but it was rubbing on the inside. So now I have plenty of room. I have about 2 inches right there on both sides. I had the Ford 9-inch. This is a junkyard Ford 9-inch. I got this out to pick apart. I think they charged about $150 for a rear end. It came out of Ford Thunderbird, so it was like a 64, 65 Ford Thunderbird, and it's a little bit. I had wheel spacers on my 10 bolt, so it's a little bit wider than my 10 bolt, but it lines up perfectly. The Ford 9, it has 3 gears, so the gears are 300 exactly. I'm gonna search for a posi pumpkin, because that's not a posi pumpkin, it's a peg leg right now, so I'm search for a posi pumpkin, just to see if I can get on the posi. Probably go high 3 gears, maybe 4, just because I have the TKO with 5th gear. But as you can see, it came out good. I got to grind it down again. It's rust. I did that a while back, that grinding down, but I got to grind it again, get that rust off, and then paint it and go from there. But everything came out well. We're gonna go to the next step. So check in a little bit. All right, I'm working on the Ford 9-inch. Turn the camera around here. As you can see, this is my 10 bolt. So this is not the original 10 bolt. I still had the original 10 bolt sitting over there. But this is another 10 bolt I bought for a Chevelle, just for the purchase. So I'm cutting off the ears. As you can see, I got one cut off right here. So I'm gonna I already bolted the bottom purchase on. I already bolted the bottom purchase on the 10 bolt. As you can see, the shock mounts already on there. So those are shock mounts off the 10 bolt. I have a large gap there, but I might cut them off later on down the line and re-weld them so it just be a little more fluent. But those ears are gonna go at the top of this 10 bolt, and then I'm gonna go from there. So let's see how it goes. All right, and you can see these how the ears came out when I cut them off. Cut off the ears off that one. I'm gonna put it at the top of the 10 bolt. Not 10 bolt, but 4 9-inch. So this was the original 10 bolt. So you can see the ears came off there, and I cut the brackets off there. So this is a good solution for you if you're a DIY guy. You want a 4 9-inch. I got this 4 9-inch from the junkyard. I believe the junkyard, I got it off of, it was I believe a 65 Ford Thunderbird. So it's not a posi. It's the gear ratio is 3, and it's I believe it's a 29 spline. But between that, $150 for the rear end. I got that 10 bolt from somebody for like 30 bucks, 20 bucks, I believe. And I cut the ears off of that. So this is a good solution if you want to just DIY. You don't want to pay for brackets. You can't afford a Curry 9-inch or anything like that. This is a good solution so you can, just get through it and everything. Once I sand it down and paint it up, it'll look pretty good. I just have to get me a new pumpkin for the posi. So I'm going to clean up these ears I cut off the 10 bolt, and I'm going to weld them on to the 4 9-inch. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I got both ears on the back of my 4 9-inch. I'm about to kind of tack weld them in. I'm gonna tack weld them in, take the A-arms off, and then after I do that, I'm gonna just probably take the whole rear end off and then get my welds good and nice and straight. So we'll see how it goes. Got the 10 bolt brackets on. You can see right there and right there. And the shock mounts. I still got to put the spring purchase on. I want to go coilovers, but I'll change that when I get to it. You can see. Got it welded. Try to burn it as nicely as I can. I think it came out okay. I give it a 7 out of 10. But next I'm gonna put the 4 9-inch under there and see how it lines up. So I'll be doing that and getting that straight, and then on to the next event. Okay, got the 9 bolt in. It was a hassle. You see I got the upper control arms, lower control arms in. It looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get some light here. All right, it looks pretty good. And you can see. Next, I'm gonna put the tires on to see how it actually fits on. Maybe lower. I still have to put the spring purchase on. I didn't put the spring purchase. I still have to do that. They'll probably go in this general area. I had to come the spring and sit right there. So I had to put the spring purchase on and put the shocks on. And after that, I'll be good to go. So I'm gonna go back and paint it later. Got to get some primer and stuff like that. So I'm gonna paint it later. I'm just kind of mocking it up now. I want to paint it when at the same time I paint the transmission. So we'll see how it goes. I'll check in a little bit. got the one spring perch right there. It's welded on. Alright, I got my other tab from a 10 bolt on. I'm gonna put this on the passenger side, so I'm gonna put it right there. I think I'm gonna notch it out around that breathing tube, so I don't have to move my breathing tube on it. So I'm gonna notch that out, and then wherever it hits, and then that's gonna prevent me from having to move my my field breathing tube, whatever you call it. So I'm gonna weld that in right there, maybe over a little bit. I'll figure it out, and then see where we can go from there. So I'll check in a little bit. Got the spring purchase on. As you can see, I got them welded in good. Of course, I'm gonna have to take this out and paint it later on down the line. But for now, just to get it moving. You see that came out pretty good up under there. Let's see. I put my old springs on there. I'm gonna go coilovers eventually, but for now, this is the way things are gonna be while I'm restoring. You know, just to get it rolling around and everything like that. But it came out pretty good. So we are going to move on to mounting the shocks. And after the shocks, get the tires back on there. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we got good news. We got bad news. This is the final end result of the Ford 9-inch. You can see this is a junkyard Ford 9-inch out of 65 Thunderbird, Ford Thunderbird. So I got the purchase off of a 10 bolt. So you see how it came out. This is just mocking up purposes. I'm just making sure everything sits right. I believe on the passenger side, the Thunderbird is a little wider than the Chevelle, because the passenger side on the Chevelle is a little wider coming off the frame by the motor up front up there. So this is our final end result, and you can see I got the shocks on. I'm gonna try to go coilovers, but this is just for marking up purposes. Those are the brackets off a 10 bolt. Excuse my wheels, but it's getting there. I'm gonna take it out and paint it later on down the line. As you can see here, this is the original. This is the 10 bolt that I got to get the brackets off. I cut the ears off the top. So if you guys want to try it, I cut the ears off the top and cut the brackets off the bottom. So I'm gonna be getting rid of that, sell it, give it away for free or something like that. So that's about it. The 10 bolt is in. It's ready to go. I got to take it out and paint it later on down the line, but for now, this is gonna be our final sitting point. I'm just worried about this passenger side, but cause like I said, it sticks out a little farther than the driver's side. But we'll see after I put it on the frame. I don't know if it's gonna tuck or not. If it doesn't, then I have to cut down the axle tubes and then work my way from there. If it does, then it's perfect. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. Next, I'm going to be throwing on the tires. After I throw it on the tires, and then that'll be his final stance for now. So let's see how it goes.
Milton, memory serves, you're always partial to the Chevelle, yes?